Okay, so top stories. First up, we have a an old favorite here because every month there is a plethora. I don't know how you pronounce it, but there's
both ways I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard both ways, so I use both ways. But yeah, there's always a laundry list of free games that come out every month. So if you have Xbox, if you have PlayStation, and you play games on PC, you are just swimming in freebies. And today we're going to be talking about the games for gold that have been announced for Xbox Live Games with Gold service. If you're unfamiliar, and I'm not sure why you would be, the games for gold require a active Xbox Live Gold subscription, and then you get 4 games every month, 2 on Xbox One and 2 on Xbox 360 that are backwards compatible and able to play on the Xbox One as well. And we actually have some pretty good games this month. Boogie, why don't you go ahead and start us off? What we got first?
Yeah, first thing I want to mention is there's going to be 3 weeks of August free games, because last week we did Twitch.
Yeah.
Right? Twitch Prime. This week we're doing games with gold. And Sony for
probably next week.
Sony will definitely announce them next week because they didn't announce them this week. I mean, the first is Wednesday, so
yeah,
we'll be hearing from them either. I didn't see anything today, so either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah,
right. So, but anyway, let's get to Microsoft. Microsoft actually came pretty hard this month.
They did
with their games with gold. On Xbox One, there's Forza Horizon 2. Which I already have, but it's a great game. If you don't have it, it's definitely worth getting. And then a game that we've talked about, praised and derided on this show many times, For Honor, which is fun and it's not fun. I'm thinking definitely of getting on around the time this comes out because I can kick some ass.
Yeah, it'd be a bunch of new oh man,
to beat up on some noobs. Yeah,
a bunch of new players getting on.
yeah. Pump up that ego.
Yeah, exactly.
But then they didn't stop there, because for the 360, they're giving away Dead Space 3, which I've heard got mixed reviews.
It's definitely the weakest in the trilogy, in my opinion.
There were more action there were more to the action side. But then there's another one, which I think is a good game, is Epic Mickey. The Epic Mickey series is good. So this one is, they're doing Epic Mickey 2. So Forza Horizon 2, For Honor, Dead Space 3 and Epic Mickey 2 are going to be your free games for gold this month. For the Forza Horizon 2 is available from the 1st through the 31st.
Yep.
For Honor is available from the 16th, August 16th through September 15th.
Yep.
Dead Space 3 is available from August 1st through the 15th, and Epic Mickey 2 is available from the 16th through the 31st.
Yeah, so if you want to get your hands on all these games, all you have to do is just sign on. There should be a little link or something on your dashboard to take you to the games for gold. Just add them to your library, and they're yours forever. Even if you stop paying for Xbox Live Gold, and you can still keep those games, but you have to make sure you download them. I definitely want to play Epic Mickey 2 because I didn't play the first one. I think the first one may have been exclusive to the Wii, because I know they had the Wii Mode controls.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But this one's more streamlined, and they added co-op in this one, so this will be something that me and the GF can play. It looks like a pretty fun game. So this is cool. A very strong list. They already released Dead Space 1 and 2 on Xbox Live Games for Gold. So I guess they're just gonna round it out.
Got the whole trilogy.
Got the whole trilogy, yeah. But I think that's the only game that just kind of falls a little shorter than the other ones.
Right.
It's definitely the weakest out of the 4 games that we're getting this month. But overall, I'd have to give all top titles. If I were to give it a grade, I'd give it a solid B, man. This is a good list of games.
I would personally, I would give it an A. Just because For Honor, the reason I would push it an A, because For Honor is still an active game. In fact, it's so active that the next season of For Honor is launching this October.
Yeah.
So you're going to get into For Honor. You're going to be able to get your hands on it, play, determine if you like it or not, and then new content's coming for it in a couple of months. So I think because of that, I mean, it's a current gen. Active AAA game that's being supported. I mean, Forza Horizon 2, I mean, we got 3 out, 4 has been announced. Epic Mickey 2 is, again, it's a last gen game. It's a great game. It's a last gen game. And then, you know, we got Dead Space 3, which like you're saying is the weakest in the trilogy, but it's still
it's still playable. Yeah, still worth the play.
Right,
and
but
you get to round out
Honor,
the story of Isaac.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Them adding For Honor that's active and actively being supported. I think that's a big get for people.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, like we said, games will be available throughout the month. So make sure you go download them, and you may or may not see us on For Honor very soon. The last time we played, it was nasty.
It was a bloodbath.
Yeah,
I was doing all the bleeding.
Yeah, we were doing all the bleeding. So hopefully, with some new blood on the game, we can actually compete a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, probably not. Next up, Nintendo's in the news, and I told you that we've been talking about Nintendo, and this story is actually pretty interesting because it looks like Nintendo has gone out of their way to sue 2 sites that have been hosting Nintendo ROMs. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what that term is, ROM stands for read-only memory, and you use these ROMs inside of emulators in order to basically play video games for free. Now, the way that it's supposed to work is if you have the actual game, you know, supposedly it's okay to have the ROM. You know, you can actually build ROMs yourself if you know how to dump the information from the cartridge or disc or whatever. So it's not illegal to own the ROMs, but it is pretty illegal to have it to distribute the ROMs. And so Nintendo has shut down 2 ROM hosting sites. The first one being Love ROMs, and the second one being Love Retro.
Yep.
Yeah, so and there's actually an update because at first, I think Love ROMs had just removed the Nintendo ROMs from the website. They just removed all the Nintendo content, but they eventually just shut down in its entirety. So both
ROMs shut down too.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Yeah, I know Love Retro just like, okay, Nintendo's 2 and us were shut down. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't realize Love ROM shut down as well. I know.
If you go to the website, if you go to the website, it says Love ROMs has been shut down.
Yep.
And so it is over.
So both of them are shut down, and I mean, this is the thing. Nintendo has found a market with the mini systems, and so when they find they found a revenue path with it. They want to make sure nobody's eating into that revenue. That's basically all it comes down to. And Nintendo said as much. They said as much in the suit. They said these sites are eating into the revenue or costing Nintendo revenue by distributing free ROMs illegally. And I mean, it's what we expect from Nintendo, right? This is what they do.
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't even the first time that they've done something like this. I mean, they've been shutting down all kinds of fan projects and all that. And ROM hosting sites have been definitely having issues over the last over the last decade. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I have dived into that realm of gaming back in my teenage years. I played a lot of emulators. I played a lot of ROMs. It's not something that I boast about, but it is something that happened. And so nowadays I do try to get legitimate copies of games instead of like using emulation to to the best of my ability. But yeah, it looks like with the resurgence of retro gaming and with the release of these retro mini consoles that contain essentially ROMs that people want you to buy, it looks like these sites are gonna go away. They're going the way of Marvel Ultimate Alliance over here. You're just not gonna be able to use them no more.
Especially if they're distributing Nintendo games. They may still be able to fly under the radar. They're distributing third-party publisher games. Like if you old Activision game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance might show up there, stuff like that. But if it's definitely something that Nintendo's going to monetize, you can forget about it.
Yeah, you can forget about it when it comes to Nintendo. And this is just par for the course when it comes to Nintendo. They shut down anything that takes away from their revenue. So be careful if you're a ROM hosting site out there. Just know that if you got Nintendo ROMs on there, your days are numbered. They're coming for you.
Better take it down now.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it before you get that cease and desist, my boy.
Yep.
All right, so let's go. And this always happens, man. This always happens. We spend a lot of time with the quick hits, and then we fly through the top stories. It is, I don't know what's going on with us. But we're moving on to story number 3, and this one is actually pretty cool. Go ahead and introduce this one for us, Boogie.
Yeah, so Overwatch League has crowned their first ever Overwatch League Grand Champions. It's the London Spitfire. Congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations.
They beat the Philadelphia Fusion, and they beat them pretty handily. And I watched the Friday match. I couldn't watch the Saturday match because I was out, but I watched the Friday round, and Philadelphia won the first set. And after that, London, they just destroyed them. And what I noticed is the London team worked very well as a team. They worked together.
Cohesive unit.
Very cohesive unit, where the Philadelphia team, they had a couple of standout players that were making great plays, but as a team, they failed. They were always missing 1 or 2 players off of the line when they were trying to push. Yeah. And it cost them. And London, I mean, both teams were underdogs. The New York Excelsior were the #1 team, and they got bumped after the Bridget was added, and the meta changed a bit because what New York Excelsior did, they used the dive strat, which basically they took two or three quick hit and high damage characters, jump to the back line to spike a character or 2 down to jump back. And what Bridget does is she stuns them out. So like if Genji would jump down there and Bridget hit him with the shield, stun him, and that is just enough time to defend from that particular spike, and it kind of tore them down. And yeah, the London team, they really played well, and it was I watched it on ESPN, and the production of the match on ESPN was very, very well done.
Very professional. Yeah, I did catch a couple of clips and highlights on Twitter, but I wasn't actually able to like sit down and enjoy the actual production. But I've heard nothing but good, I've heard nothing but good things about the Overwatch League throughout this entire season. So this is actually pretty cool. You know, shouts out and congratulations to London Spitfire, and congratulations to all the other teams that played. You know, this is gaming now. You know, we have these live events, we have these tournaments. And it's not gonna slow down. So we'll have big money, big prizes.
Something else I took note of watching ESPN were the advertisers. And they had Toyota was on there a lot. I saw Coca-Cola, I saw IBM. I mean, I saw the standard advertisers you would see watching a football game or NBA game. I saw those same type of advertisers. Like, you know, sometimes if you watch ESPN and you get somebody like I've watched like the World Series of Poker, you know, that's been on my TV while I've been doing stuff, and I noticed like I'll see a lot of local commercials, Eastern Motors and Fitzgerald, I mean a lot of local crap. Or what's the insurance dude, Captain Insurance, whatever his name is.
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV, man.
Yeah, so I would see that stuff. I didn't see any of that stuff. All of the advertisements on the Overwatch League match were national advertisement, national brands.
And this is really crazy because we were talking about you know, gaming on ESPN during this kind of like dry spell where there's not really a whole lot of sports going on. You know, you have baseball season and softball. But I just went to a bar the other day and there was like nothing on. All they had on was sports, but it was just a bunch of like college basketball, or it actually looked like high school basketball.
No, you know what they're playing? So there's there's like some invitational league. Okay. And basically these guys are pickup players that make their own team and compete for it in a tournament. I forgot what it's called. And then there's the Ice Cube basketball league. Oh. The 3-on-3 basketball league where it's old NBA players that play. Okay.
I mean, well, that's pretty cool. But again,
I'm sorry, and also there's the summer league games, like the NBA summer league.
Yeah, but overall, you know, nothing that is gonna like fill a freaking, you know, bar or anything. So definitely prime time for, you know, something fresh, something new to be displayed on TV, and especially something like this that garners you know, a huge laundry list of fan following and people you know, just like tuning in. you know, just to see what it's like. I remember just tuning into the Street Fighter tournament, not this, I think it was last Evo, just to see the production value, and it was stunning. So so gaming on TV, it is a thing now. Too bad I don't watch TV anymore. Cause like, yo, if this was something that happened like back in like the early 2000s, it would have blew my mind to see video games on TV.
On TV, exactly.
That would have blew my mind, man. So again, congratulations to the 2018 Overwatch League champions, the London Spitfire. Yep. They played well, and they took that cake, man.
Yep. And they have an MVP. I'm going to tell you who was MVP. I had it here and I lost it. And they do have an MVP trophy. Mm-hmm. Their Prophet. Jun Young Park was his gamer tag is Prophet.
Okay. Yep. So congratulations once again